Hey gamers, the Red Dragon here from Battlestrats.com, and I'm sitting down with Splinter Cell Conviction, and I've spent a lot of time with it the past couple of days, and so I'm going to give you my rundown and thoughts of it. If you're on the fence about whether or not to purchase this game, I'm going to go over some main points that I think are important when deciding whether or not to purchase Splinter Cell Conviction. Beginning with the single player, which is the focus point of Conviction, it's fairly short. There's 11 different missions to go through. I went through the single player on realistic mode. The story itself is really intriguing and engaging. The new Splinter Cell features a storytelling mode that as you're progressing through the level, you will see projections up on your environment that explain what your objectives are, how you got there, the story. So it really keeps you engaged in the story, and you know exactly how you're there, the past events that have brought you to where you are now. So that's a really good way of telling a story, and I hope that future games pick up on that and run with it, because it was really nice to be able to see that as I played through. The story doesn't take that long to play through. I cannot put a time limit to say you should beat it in 6 hours or something like that, because really it depends on how you play. You can play Conviction run and gun style like Rambo, or you can play stealthy like past Splinter Cells, and so really the way you play it is totally up to you. The game does not tell you how you should play it. My main gripe with Splinter Cell Online and the single player is not the story, it's not the graphics, not the sound. Those are all great. But one huge portion of the game is killing AI. And the AI sadly does not act realistic. Even on realistic mode, it's far from acting as if it were a true human. Which I understand that it's really difficult to make AI smart. But some of these guys, you know, they don't have memory longer than 30 seconds. They'll walk in a room, they'll look at a body of one of their friends laying on the floor with his neck broken, and he'll freak out for a few seconds, but 30 seconds later he's calling in saying everything's normal here, boss, and he's walking right back as if nothing ever happened. If they see you up on a ladder, they won't come after you, even if they know exactly where you're at. And jumping over to the multiplayer, that is the other main portion of Splinter Cell aside from the single player. You can hop online with a friend and you can play the co-op story, which is a lot of fun to play with somebody. And you know, teabagging dead bodies and running around acting crazy. It's a blast. Sadly though, it's way too short. It's only 4 different levels, and it doesn't take long at all in order to complete them. And it's not something that after you're done you really want to go back and say, hey, let's play through that again. It's kind of like, okay, been there, done that type deal. The other mode that you can play with a friend is Hunter mode, which is you and a friend can team up, or you can play this by yourself as well. You can team up and go out, and your main objective is to take out all of the AI, and you try to be silent about it and stealthy, because if you're caught, they send in reinforcements. So it's a stealthy game type. You also have Last Stand, which is a defend mode, where it's you and your buddy, and you're just trying to fight off waves of enemies coming in. It's very similar to Horde and Gears of War, or the ODST game mode, where there's just waves of enemies that you're trying to fight off and defend this EMP generator that's in the map. Face Off puts you against a human opponent alongside a lot of different waves of AI enemies. So my concern with Splinter Cell is that the multiplayer, for me personally, when I purchase games, that's a huge factor, because multiplayer brings about replayability. The single player isn't a story that I personally want to go through and experience again. It was great the first time, but it's like, you know, I don't like to watch movies over and over and over again. That's just me. Some people like to, so whatever floats your boat. But the multiplayer only being at max 2 players as it stands right now. Later on they could form DLC, They could bring back mercenary mode from the previous Splinter Cell games, but as it stands right now, only being able to team up with one other person with these game modes, there's just not enough replayability in there for me to say to all of my friends, hey, you have to go purchase this game. So for me, the story is great. I don't regret purchasing it, but because I really enjoyed the single player and I enjoyed the time that I spent on this. But this is one of those games where once I get a few more achievements, once I play just a little bit longer, I'm probably going to take it out of my tray and not put it back in. That's just, being honest. So I'm going to give Splinter Cell Conviction a 7 out of 10. It's a really fun game, but it's just not one where I can honestly say, hey, all my friends, stop what you're doing, go out and buy this game because it's a must-have. It's definitely a game that you should experience by either renting it or borrowing it from a friend, but I just can't honestly say go out and buy it. So that's my final thoughts and opinions on Splinter Cell Conviction, and hopefully you gain something out of it if you're on the fence about whether or not to purchase this. Hopefully I went over some key points that will help you make a decision, and good luck in whatever decision you do make. This is the Red Dragon from battlestrats.com signing out.